Once in a while, we'll stumble onto a new theory, and it just feels right. And we explain something that we'll explain on television tomorrow that is right. There is a war going on now inside of the progressive movement. And it's because they have bedded some of the most dangerous people in America. You have William Ayers. Play that audio from William Ayers. Do you have that? Here's some audio from William Ayers. Now, this is who the left, the Democrats, have allowed into their own boudoir.
I considered myself partly an anarchist then, and I consider myself partly an anarchist now. I mean, I'm as much an anarchist as I am a Marxist, which is to say, I find a lot of the ideas in anarchism, appealing. We create felons by having these kind of archaic, Puritan drug laws that make no sense whatsoever in any logical way. So in that sense, I still feel like kind of an anarchist. I don't feel like the rules apply. If they don't apply, I don't feel like you should follow them. It's one of those regrets that I took extreme measures against the United States at a time of tremendous crisis. No, it is not. That I don't regret that. There's a struggle over various religious fundamentalisms, jihad being, the most visible, but the religious fundamentalism of the Christians and of the Jews is equally troubling.
A great guy. A great guy. But the thing is, I mean, he said that so long ago. It's ancient history. Way back in April of 2002.
Oh. Yeah. So we have some audio coming now. It's just been released. It's Nancy Pelosi showing up at this uber progressive caucus and being heckled. Had to have the thugs come out. Now, I don't know who the thugs are at a thug convention. Who do you get when you've got like an SCIU convention and you need them to calm down? Who do you hire?
It's so fantastic.
It's true, though.
It is.
So she's like, the guys start to come up behind her. I'll take care of this one, Nancy. You know what I'm saying? She's like, no, cameras are here. No breaking legs here. So they start to heckle her. And they can't get it under control. This is why, and it's all explained in the last hour, why Barack Obama said the kick-ass thing yesterday. His job is not to, quote, kick ass. His job is to apply the law equally, to see that justice is served. It's not that he said the words, that's not his job. Especially when it comes to a private company. He wasn't saying this to us. The left is falling apart. The uber left is falling apart. Has anybody heard that from anybody else? Can I be the first to say that then? The uber, the left, the coalition is coming apart. Now, I told you that it would happen, and I told you at the time, warning when it does. Because these people will eat their own. And they're beginning to do it with Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi's the one that got health care done. It wasn't Barack Obama. I got news for you. It was Nancy Pelosi that got it done. I'm trying to figure out, I know she's a progressive. Is she a communist? Or is she just a progressive? Because that's the split. There are communist revolutionaries, people like Bill Ayers that are terrorists, and then there's people like Harry Reid and Joe Biden, and they're on the other end of the spectrum. But they've been brought together as a coalition. Now, I don't think Nancy Pelosi is on the terrorist spectrum. Who knows? I don't think she is. I know Bill Ayers is. I know Van Jones is a revolutionary. His words, not mine. He's a revolutionary. But now the revolutionaries, the ones who say, take it, because this is what is happening. I just talked about this yesterday. This is a giant setup, at least in Europe, and it's happening here too. The politicians have been in bed with the Marxist revolutionaries, the unions like Andy Stern. And they know how much trouble they're in. They're done. They're done. If this doesn't work, unions have destroyed themselves. Because, first of all, I mean, I'm pretty sure that SEIU went out and got a loan for the backing of Barack Obama. How are they going to pay it back? How are they going to pay off these? If they don't get everything they need, how do they survive? They don't. Do you think they're going to go out without a fight? Of course not. And they see now that even the progressives like Nancy Pelosi, they will not continue to charge because they're so freaked by the election. You can't contain these revolutionaries. They know we're close. They know trouble on the streets and the whole damn thing falls apart. And they're willing to do it. People like Harry Reid, Bill Clinton, they don't want blood in the streets. Marxist revolutionaries do. That's the way Marx said it had to happen. And this is what's happening in Europe. They were promised by these socialist politicians, we'll give you what you want, just do it slowly. They're tired of waiting, and they see their window of opportunity. And the window of opportunity is going away in Europe. Now, for the United States to lead the world, look what's happening. The European Union, all of these countries are now going into austere programs. They're going into massive budget cuts, slashing programs. They have to. And yet we're still going down that road. I thought we were supposed to try to be more like France. How about a learning curve? It's not working anywhere in the world. So why aren't we doing it here? Because the minute we do, the left sets everything on fire. See, they had to make, the Nancy Pelosi's of the world had to make the Tea Parties the enemy. Had to keep you distracted from the real enemy in their own ranks. They needed you to set the world on fire before they do. As long as nobody outside of a communist revolutionary starts trouble, they will. And then they're done. If they can pin any kind of trouble on anybody else, why do you think they keep poking you? Why do you think they keep poking Arizona? They're just waiting for trouble. They're waiting for an iconic moment so they can grab power. Not that they want to, but they have to calm things down. That's what anarchists do. That's what anarchist communists do. This is why Bill Ayers, he said, if the rules don't apply, you don't follow the rules. And it pushes people. That's what they're doing with the Israeli showdown, with the flotilla. They're pushing them. They need something to change, so they'll push it over the edge and cause somebody to do something. And they don't care if it just all sets on fire. They don't care. It works to their advantage. How? Because if they cause chaos, then what does the government have to do? The government has to seize more rights and more power. And so they win because they're closer to their goal of dominance and total control. It's a fascinating trap. The good news is we don't have to get into it. We just have to be really smart and very aware and connected. Stand for principles and values and stand together. We'll be okay.